Okay, let us do our playthrough of Sonic 1 now. Here, this is one of the all-time classic platform games which, made by Sega, it really revolutionized the genre, I suppose you could say, and it really turned around the Sega Mega Drive's fortunes, I think. Since I think before this game, it was getting its tail kicked by the Nintendo, the 8-bit Nintendo. Anyway, let's listen to my favourite puzzle tune. Now, previous times that I've tried to do recordings of this, eventually I've had hideous lag, which has essentially brought an end to my playthrough attempts of this game. 117 rings, that's not bad. Anyway, yeah, the crippling lag which I eventually usually get, which I've eventually had when playing this game in the past, has often brought a premature end to my playthrough attempts. I mean, I think my attempts in the end were, my video attempts of this did end up being like close to 10 minutes or so, which would have been acceptable in old times, but when you think this is only 16-bit, and so chances are if I play some really powerful games in the end, like modern day games and whatnot, then as you can imagine it would start lagging and freezing up very fast. Anyway, as you can see, we've already got a Chaos Emerald, even though it doesn't actually show it on the congratulations screen, the level clear screen, unfortunately. Those moving flowers look kind of scary, don't they, like that? I think that the moving flowers, they're like in a kind of sick state or something, because in the Chaos Emerald ending, those flowers start to they kind of take a different form, so to speak, a more healthy, larger looking form, a more fuller form, I suppose you could say. I'm gonna see if I can get that extra life on top of the ring, but no, it seems to be too far of a jump, and I can't remember how I used to get it in the past either. But let's just concentrate on clearing the levels and getting to the end here. Those are called Molta-bugs, like Molto-bugs. Those enemies that I just killed then. The bug-like creatures with the single wheel that propel them. Get in the ring. Yeah, just in time. So now we've got another chance to get another Chaos Emerald. Chaos Emeralds were apparently invented by Dr. Robotnik before he turned bad, in order to try and contain all of the evil contained on planet Mobius, so that the inhabitants of planet Mobius would be able to live their lives in peace and tranquility without being threatened by evil. But unfortunately, with Robotnik, or Dr. Kintober, as he was known back in those pre-Robotnik days, unfortunately he supposedly had an accident which involved a rotten egg and tripping over hazardously placed wires, and the catastrophic explosion which somehow resulted from it since there was lots of complex machinery nearby. The catastrophic explosion somehow changed him into a hideously warped, evil version of himself, clearly known as Dr. Robotnik, or Dr. Eggman, as he's so known in the Japanese versions of the Sonic games, of the Sonic storyline, I suppose you could say. Always got to be careful in the Sonic games to avoid the treacherous bits of breaking ground, the collapsible cliff edges, I suppose you could call them. Can't remember how to get to the top of that loop either. Presumably you've got to find a really high place and make the jump down onto it from such a high place. But it's been such a long time since I've played the Sonic games that I find parts of them really hard compared to how they used to be, especially the special stages where you collect the emeralds. It really feels like I need to pull out all the stops to avoid falling into the places where you prematurely exit the stage and miss the chance to get the emerald for a while. Anyway, here's the boss. Oh no, from the looks of that ball he's using, it looks like we could end up lagging out in the end. Since in the past when I used to play this, I used to start getting lag at this point when I got to this boss when I'd be trying to make playthrough videos. Anyway, since we've finished the Green Hill Zone, we've managed to rescue all of the cute animals from Dr. Robotnik's animal containment tank in the area. You see, he aims to turn all of those cute, cuddly animals into robots by using the cute animals themselves as organic batteries in order to power the mechanical badniks that attack Sonic on each stage. Need to stop and get these rings that are hidden in here. Hopefully my OCD will act up with all the lava around, because with me being a rather fearful man and Christian rather scared me somewhere. But hopefully it won't cripple me with anxiety so much. And I'm glad I haven't gotten lag yet either. Hopefully my recorder has been improved with recent updates, and it means that I won't suffer crippling lag the same when I play games. As you can see, these Marble Zone levels are much more sinister and hazardous looking than the Green Hill Zone that we were previously on just before. Such charming tunes these levels have, don't they, when you think about it? And Sonic is capable of looking up and downwards, which I often forget about in recent times. So you can beware of the hazards above you, even though I almost fell prey to one of them just then. And now we're coming up to the end of the Marble Zone. Hopefully if I'm careful we can finish with a lot of rings and do the special stage. A special stage, a fitting place for special people like me. After all, there were people who always said I belonged in special school when I was young. Old drums. I almost, that was so lucky that me panicking and jumping away when I was in that thing on the goal sign just helped me escape, but it won't do it that time, no. From what I remember, you've got to get to the middle of that particular special stage in order to get the emerald. Looks like a nice adventurous park or forest behind us, doesn't it? I used to find it easy jumping on the heads of those spiky caterpillar type things that we see earlier in this level, but nowadays I feel like I'm only just capable of jumping on their heads. I don't know, maybe it's harder playing with a keyboard on an emulator or something, or maybe I've just got to take it slowly. Although it does seem to be pretty lenient, this game, in terms of the contact that it will allow with those caterpillar creatures, so you don't seem to have to be totally accurate when it comes to hitting the heads. I remembered those spikes because the lava comes flowing and you've got to be quite quick. Anyway, I'm glad that my emulator was recorded for longer than 10 minutes without crippling me with lag. There's a plus point, isn't it? I thought I could remember being able to go through that wall in the past. Suppose I'm wrong. Wouldn't that be scary in real life? Having to ride this and be pushed up by the geysers of lava like so. Still, on the plus side, I do think I'm better at this than I was the first times I used to play this back when I used to play it in Comet in Liverpool as a 10-year-old or 9-year-old, whatever I was back then. Unfortunately, I might not finish this stage with enough rings to go to a special stage, sadly. Although, that being, yeah, we could actually, providing I don't get hit now, since you need about 50 rings, yeah, you need at least 50 rings to get to a special stage in him. Just dealing with my OCD. You see, I feel grateful to God for letting this gameplay from this video go for over 10 minutes without suffering lag, and it's when I feel grateful that sometimes I start feeling nervous that if I think the wrong thoughts, I'll come off as an ingrate to God, and then I won't be treated so favourably in his eyes anymore, by him anymore. But then again, when you think about it, I mean, I am a complete reject and all, but I still feel like God provides for me a lot, even though I couldn't reach into that special zone ring before just then. Even though I tried so hard to get the necessary amount of rings to get to the special stage. Never mind. Onwards we go. Traveling through the marble zone. As you can see, it's hard coming up with improvised singing while playing sometimes. Especially with me being all torn up with doubt and anxiety sometimes. Avoid. Like in the Mario games, you can build up points by landing on things, landing on different things like breakable walls and floors and whatnot, and building without touching the ground between each landing. I wonder what those barred windows are for, doesn't it? Can't remember what we do here though. Does seem slightly familiar. Yeah, I think it's usually best to kill those spiky caterpillar things with the spin attack. I remember being able to go through this world like so and getting an extra life, yes. Speaking of that extra life tune just then, I once said on a forum one time when I managed to make 10,000 posts that the Sonic Extra Life tune was playing in my head. Oh, these are very daring jumps. Knowing my luck, I'll have to go back the way I came. Well, they look quite hard to jump on those caterpillars, aren't they? They make a very sinister sound, those spiky chandelier type things, don't they? And Sonic has always had such a cute jumping sound. And I was lucky that I was able to keep hold of that extra ring the whole time. Clearly I shouldn't be here though. Unless I could go through the wall. No. And I doubt I could topple those. Oh, that was extreme. Most people wouldn't survive that, but because the rings that Sonic collects empower him so to his superhero-like status, they allow him to survive that kind of thing. In a way, he's totally the opposite of Dizzy, I suppose you could say, who is killed by apples falling on his head. The thing is, though, I'm hoping that a half-hour video of this isn't going to be too huge, because when I was playing it before doing a test run, my video was only a minute long, and yeah, it was an alarmingly big file size, like about 30 or 40 megabytes, and so hopefully, like I say, it won't be too huge, half an hour. No wonder I started getting terrible lag when I used to try playing this in the past. As you can see, I'm a tad lost. Although with that being said, it could just be because, oh yeah, I made the mistake of exploring too much, it seems. Ouch. Yeah, seem to be going to pieces somewhat here, don't I? Spin attack for the win, though. Yeah, okay, I'm playing right now. Is this some kind of a secret place or something? Although something tells me I went this way in the past. Well, here we are anyway. I don't like it when, oh yeah, I'm having my thoughts that are making me anxious again. Although, considering this isn't going so well at the moment, I will still save and all. Considering it seems like we're going to get to the half-hour mark and I'm not going to be very far into the game, which surprises me. I thought it would still be kind of easy to make the Sonic games, yeah. Considering it was only a few years ago that I managed to complete these. Well, Sonic 1 anyway. In fact, I was getting cocky years ago and actually trying to run through the games faster than I'd ever done them before. Run through the levels faster than I'd ever played through them before. And no, I'm not going to make the mistake of going that way again, although the lava's making me anxious again. Avoiding the spikes and traversing the big things, the big metal things, which, yeah, see, I was making a big mistake before by taking that big detour, exploring the levels. I was never this much of an obsessive explorer when I was young. See how fast I did it compared to that previous time when I was making the mistake of exploring and being greedy. See, it's still second nature to me beating these bosses. Very paltry amount of rings though. At least those cute cuddly creatures in that tank had a window to look out of while they were imprisoned in it, so you can't say Dr. Robotnik is all bad, can you really? Prepare for some good music now. Ouch. I always thought this music fit this level, these stages so well, with the kind of cityscape background that you see and the optimistic, cloudy, sunny sunset skies and the mountains and whatnot. Even though these particular backgrounds in the tunnel are kind of chocolatey, I suppose you could say. I always wondered why there was those lights there though in the background on the floor there. Whoa. Yeah, these stages are a lot harder than they feel like they used to be. In fact, it seems to have a bit of a futuristic feel to it now that I think about it, this level, as well as the music and the lights and all that jazz, really. Especially the gridded walls, like you could imagine them being in a nightclub or something. Well, that was close though. Yeah, these levels were Sonic 1's version of the Carnival Night Zone, or the Casino Night Zone from Sonic 2, I believe. Well, at least now we've got 50 rings, 50 plus rings, yeah. They have a bit of an insane look in their eyes, those crab badniks, don't they? Yeah, special zone, here I come. Ding. Can't remember this one, but then again I can't remember most of the special zones either. So naturally I'm going to be a bit panicky as I play through them. I think and you can tell that they try to put you off with these hypnotic backgrounds as well, can't you? I think that's the sound of getting an extra continue that we just heard then. Oh, they're very panicky indeed. My feet are twitching in nervousness and everything because I'm thinking at any time I could fall into one of the goal places and then my fun would be over. My fun of trying to collect the Chaos Emeralds, yeah. Ah, there's the arrow. We're on our way to getting it now. Yes, we're there. Very close. Oh, why has the music kind of changed its tone? Yay. I think that might be the best I've done since maybe my childhood, managing to get 3 emeralds during a playthrough with Sonic. I mean, when I was about 10 or so, I did get to become enough of a pro at this game to collect all the emeralds during my playthroughs, but as you can see, that's not the case now. Anyway, I'm gonna try it and get through this level fast, even though I've made a poor show of that thus far, because I forgot that Spring Yard Zone Act 2 is the level that I played in a speed challenge once at Comet in Liverpool in order to try and win the prize of a Mega Drive, but as you can see, I'm not exactly playing fast, getting through fast at the moment. I think any time around about the 30-second mark is considered fast for this level, or was considered fast. But as you can see, I'm nowhere near doing it in that amount of time. In fact, I was such a newbie when I was doing this speed challenge in Comet back in the day that I didn't even know how to do the level select cheat in order to get to skip to this level from the start of the game. Whoa. If a good time for this level really is 30 seconds, then my speed is like a granny, in a wheelchair compared to the fast times here. Or at least I completed it. When I was a kid playing that level in Comet, I never even managed to complete the level when doing the speed challenge to get through that level. Anyway, I guess maybe we should stop the playthrough soon, since we're getting close to half an hour and all. Yeah, and like I say, when I look at the size of the file, of the video file size, I'll be looking through my fingers hoping that it isn't too big. Do you think it will be acceptable maybe to stop the video when I'm in the middle of a level? I mean, I know I'll be able to save and all with how I'm playing this on an emulator, but you don't really see it too often, do you? Maybe I suppose I can get away with it though, especially considering I might lose a life and whatnot. So yeah, is escape the pause button? Yeah, go like how it goes all blue when it pauses, haven't you? Anyway, so I'll just stop the video now and we'll see if there's a pause feature.